So I wanted to make another food video for you guys today, but it looks like it's gonna rain. The forecast said that it should rain in an hour or two, so I was gonna head outside to do all the chores, and I thought that you guys might want to come along with me and see the setup that we have. So first and foremost is my most prized possession, and that is my tomato plants. Now, I am not a gardener by nature. In my past, I've pretty much killed everything that I've touched. I figured that I would start with things that I knew that I would eat, so that I knew would not be wasted space or wasted time. So here's our current tomato setup. This is my first year. I just figured that I would kind of wing it, maybe watch a couple of YouTube videos to see how other people have done it. There is fruit, so I'm assuming I'm doing something right. These plants on the end here are more of like a cherry tomato size. I just wanted something that my kids could see, have access to, and come and snack on at any time. I love when they can eat food directly from the plant itself immediately. That's the most alive food that you are ever going to get. Down here, these are more of like a big slicer size. These are called mortgage lifters. These are the only two varieties that I did this year. I figured I would start with a big tomato and a little tomato and kind of see what happens. You can see some of the fruit on here. It's really coming in nicely. I am super excited about it. This one was a fused blossom. I think it was only two, so I picked a couple other ones off, but I let this one grow. I wanted to see what it would look like. I am so excited to see what these are gonna taste like. Excuse me, sir, do you want a tomato too? You want me to throw it? You ready? Good boy. The next thing I want to show you is these two garden beds. My husband built these for me. Having handy hubby is the best. He actually found this steel for free at a job site. Someone was going to throw it out and he asked if he could take it home, and they said, yeah, go for it. So he brought this steel home and made these two garden beds for me. I want to say they're about 3 feet wide by 8 feet long or something like that. In this bed on the left here, we have all beans. The row on this side is yellow beans, and there's supposed to be 2 rows in the middle here that are green beans. I think I might have overplanted and overcrowded everything. My excitement was big and I had more seeds than what I needed, so we just kind of went to town with it. And I already pulled a ton out as they were growing. This is still pretty crowded, but we love green beans, and so I knew that that was something that we would eat. On this other side, I have a few different things. The first overwhelming plant right here is zucchini. There's 2 here. I've got some delicious looking zucchini in there. I've been trimming a lot of the leaves off because it's been doing a lot of leaf producing. I don't know if there's too much nitrogen in the soil or what. It's still fairly young, so we'll see. Then we have broccoli. Some of the leaves are getting damaged by bugs, but it looks like it's coming in nicely. I'm really excited to see how this will taste compared to store-bought broccoli that is days, if not weeks old already. Next we have some cabbage. It looks like some kind of worm or something got in there. There were 4, then one was so damaged that I had to throw it away, and it looks like this one and that one are also getting some damage as well. Those just might end up going to the chickens. And then on the end, last but not least, we have green pepper plants, another thing that I knew we would eat a ton of. I buy a lot from the store. They're getting a little bit heavy. Some of them are falling over, like this one you see here. He needs some support. We've got some nice looking peppers on here though. Next we have some sunflowers. I just think this is such a cute little setup here. My daughter wanted to plant some sunflowers, so my husband had this empty space against his work shed, so we decided to plant some sunflowers here to kind of fill the space. These are going to be really cute when they're in full bloom. So the next thing I want to show you is the chicken enclosure. They were previously free range before this. We wanted to put in a garden. Our previous experience with gardens and chickens, other than their poop being good for fertilization, there was a lot of damage that was done. So here's our chicken enclosure. Oh look, we have an escapee. They've been doing quite a bit of work in here. There's a lot of disturbance. This used to be all overrun with like weeds and sumac and stuff like that. They've done a really good job of keeping all that stuff down. I'm a little bit worried now that it's getting a little bit too run down. Like this hill here, it's pretty hard packed. It's just hard to keep organic matter or any food on the hill. It naturally washes down and it's a high traffic area. So, you know, I'll try to add some other carbon in there to help it mix in and soften it up. But I'm just worried that there's just too much disturbance in here. In the meantime, they live in here. We've been trimming some trees. There's not a lot of shade in here, especially during the morning. So I threw these sticks in there. My son calls it a jungle gym. Excuse me, trying to make a video. Are you scolding me? Are you hungry? This is inside the chicken coop. We haven't put dividers in between the nesting boxes yet, but they obviously pile on top of each other in the corner ones. It's a work in progress, but I think it's really cute. In the winter when it gets cool, I wanted the sun to be able to come inside, so put this on the south side of the shed and added some windows so the sunshine can come in. You get hungry chickens and you don't have to run around like an idiot trying to herd them. They'll just follow you right in. She wants in so bad. Well, then why'd you get out? We also give them kitchen scraps from the kitchen, which is awesome because if you ever have a failed recipe, you never have to waste food. Throw it in the chicken coop and they'll turn it into eggs for you. So last but certainly not least is our little brand new orchard that we put in a couple trees this year and a couple last year. Some of them are doing better than others. Eventually I'd like to get more, but you gotta start somewhere. We have 5 apple trees. I think we have a Cortland, a couple Honeycrisp, a Macintosh, I think. Ooh, the sun is bright. Thought it was gonna rain. So yeah, they're coming along. I'm really excited about this. The hard thing about trees is that it's a little bit more of an investment up front and you don't necessarily see the fruits of your labor, no pun intended, immediately, but long term this really pays off. So I'm excited what these guys will do for us in a few years. So that's kind of the extent of our homestead for now. It's certainly nothing big, nothing grand. You have to start somewhere. Even if it's just a tomato plant in a pot on the back porch, like that is all it takes. Like those are the kind of people that improve our food system and who are taking control of their own life, their own health, their own food sources. I have big dreams where I want this to go, things that I'd like to do, but obviously we have limitations. It's small, but it's something. I'm working towards bigger goals. I'm working towards feeding my family good things that I know where they've come from. So it's certainly not a lot. It just starts somewhere. So I have my tomato plants, I have my chickens, I have my 2 raised garden beds, and I'm just doing something for myself. Focus on what you do have and what you can do and what you can accomplish. It can just be getting a couple chickens or put in a fruit tree, something that you will benefit from in a couple years. It doesn't have to be a lot. I don't ever want anybody to be discouraged by what they can't have, what they don't have. Instead, focus on what you can do. Small things make a difference. You gotta start somewhere. So, I hope that this encourages somebody. I hope that we can grow together, that I can learn things from others, that maybe somebody can learn something from me. This is not me showing you what to do. There could be a lot of things that I'm doing wrong that I still need to learn yet. You can have knowledge, you can read all the blogs, you can watch all the videos, you can read all the books, but until you start it yourself, you do not have experience. The difference between knowledge and experience is huge. It doesn't have to be perfect. No one has the perfect formula. So anyway, I hope this is helpful to someone. I hope this shows you that even if it's small, you can still start somewhere. Anything you can do for yourself is always going to be better than buying conventionally, eating food that is processed or chemicalized. It's one step in the right direction. My kids are asking me to go push them on a swing. We're going to go finish up a few chores and then we're going to spend time together. So thanks for watching, guys.